Yes, I'm seeing it on YouTube.
Are we having a full screen?
On YouTube?
Yes.
Hold on, let me click on it. Yeah, it seems to be, no, I'm seeing, okay.
I'm going to leave it like this.
Yes, that's fine. Oh, stop talk.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to a fantastic day, Modern Languages Day. And usually we'd be at school, the whole place would be turned upside down, would be in costumes, and it would just be fantastic. But you know what? We're going to make the best of the situation. And you know what? These are the events that make our school life interesting and exciting. And what better thing than to celebrate than our languages all over the world that bring people together, and an understanding that bring people together. So our theme today is We Are One, as you can see there, and nosotros somos uno, and nous somos. I don't know how good my accent is, but we have lots of Spanish teachers here who will correct me if I am. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our devotion as we start everything here. And I'm going to ask Miss Simpson to lead us in the devotion this morning, or Senorita Simpson to lead us in the devotion this morning. So over to you, Miss Simpson.
Ok. Muy buenos días a todos. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Gracias por estar aquí. Thanks for being here. En esta mañana vamos a comenzar el devocional. Yeah, we're going to start the devotions. And we are now going to listen to a song, a worship song in French. Vamos a escuchar una canción en francés porque vamos a alabar al Señor con todo nuestro corazón. We're going to worship the Lord with all of our heart. So over to you, Mr. Jamal.
Il y a une douce harmonie dans le sanctuaire. Il y a un calme dans cette atmosphère. Viens déposer les fardeaux que tu portes dans le sanctuaire, car Dieu est là. Il y a une douce harmonie dans le sanctuaire. Il y a un calme dans cette atmosphère. Viens déposer les fardeaux que tu portes dans le sanctuaire, car Dieu est là. Il y a un calme dans cette atmosphère. Viens déposer les fardeaux que tu portes dans le sanctuaire, car Dieu est là. Car Dieu est là.
Amen. Qué canción tan hermosa. What a beautiful song. And God is reminding us this morning that, you know, He is here. Él está aquí. We are going to repeat. Dios está aquí. God is here. In the midst of everything that we're going through, He's here. Está en nuestro corazón, está en nuestra mente, está en todo lugar. Bueno, en este momento tenemos un invitado muy especial de Ecuador. We have a special invited guest all the way from Guayaquil, Ecuador. Su nombre es Christopher Valle y él nos va a guiar en esta mañana en alabanza. And he's going to lead us into worship. So over to you, Christopher.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Bendiciones a todos. Qué gusto poder estar y compartir con ustedes. Así que, como lo dijo Triziana, vamos a tener un momento de adoración, worship. Aquí estás, debemos mover, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, obrando en mí, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, debemos mover, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, obrando en mí, te adoraré, te adoraré. Te llamamos milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Aquí estás, tocando mi corazón, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, obrando en mí, te adoraré, te adoraré. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Te llamamos milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú.
Muchísimas gracias, Christopher, por recordarnos que Dios abre camino. So thank you, Christopher, for reminding us this morning that indeed God is our way maker. And the church say, amen. Y la iglesia dice, amén. Él es el Dios que cumple promesas. He's the God who fulfills promises. Amen. Y vamos a seguir con la palabra del Señor. So we're going to continue with our scripture reading, and we're going to invite Elena Graham and Lillian Bennett, who will be reading. So voy a invitar a Elena Graham y a Lily Bennett para leer en esta mañana la palabra del Señor.
Just to say that the reading this morning is taken from the book of Romans. We'll read it in English first, and then we'll do it in Spanish. And if our students are not here, we're going to ask one of our teachers to do the reading. Okay, thank you. So it's from Romans, a reading from the book and the letter of St. Romans, chapter 12, 4-5. For just as each of us has one body with many members, and these members do not all have the same function, so in Christ, we, though many, form one body, and each member belongs to all others. The word of the Lord. And we say, thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God. Thanks be to God.
Amén. Entonces yo voy a leer, ¿vale? Entonces vamos a leer Romanos 12, 4-5. Porque de la manera que en un cuerpo tenemos muchos miembros, pero no todos los miembros tienen la misma función. Así nosotros, siendo muchos, somos un cuerpo en Cristo y todos miembros los unos de los otros. Amén. Esta es la palabra del Señor. So at this time, we're going to invite the head of department, Mr. Maxwell, to share the reflection with us.
Ms. Simpson,
Vamos a
1 minute.
invitar a nuestro jefe.
I have the French one for the student who was
Oh,
reading
lo
in French.
siento, lo siento. I'm sorry, miss.
So je
Go
vais
ahead.
partager mon écran. I'm going to share my screen with the students reading. So, un moment, s'il vous plaît. Okay, so let me share the Did I share the sound? Let me see if I had it saved to the sound.
Romains 12, versets 4 à 5. Car, comme nous avons plusieurs membres dans un seul corps, et que tous les membres n'ont pas la même fonction, ainsi, nous qui sommes plusieurs, nous formons un seul corps en Christ, et nous sommes tous membres les uns des autres. Romains 12,
D'accord, voici la parole de Dieu grâce à Dieu. So that's the word in French from Lillian Bennett.
Amén, amén. En este momento vamos a escuchar la reflexión del señor Maxwell.
Good morning, buenos dias, bonjour à tous. So today's reflection, so as the past scripture says, a body has many parts, each of which has many functions, and such is the same with all of us as part of the body of Christ. So even though each and every one of us is different in our own way, we serve our own functions, and together as believers in God and in Christ, we are united in our faith as one people and one family. Ms. Simpson, I'm done.
Muchísimas gracias, señor Maxwell, por compartir. So despite, our differences, our social background, our culture, we are all one. And the love of God, it unifies us. El amor del Señor nos une. No importa la diferencia, no importa tu cultura, somos uno. We are one. And at this point, we are going to have the Lord's Prayer, and I'm going to invite la Señora de la Cruz de Cuba y la Señora Jackson. La Señora de la Cruz, ella lo va a leer en español, y la Señora Jackson, ella lo va a leer en francés. So let's listen to the Lord's Prayer.
Buenos días a todos. Entonces, comencemos con Our Father in Spanish, el Padre Nuestro. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase tu voluntad así en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. Y no nos dejes caer en la tentación, y líbranos del mal. Amén.
Invitemos a la señora Jackson.
Si je suis là, un moment, s'il vous
Ok.
plaît. Je vais partager. Alors, on va prier. Notre Père, let me see if I can turn on my camera. Désolé. OK. Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié, que ton règne vienne, que ta volonté soit faite sur la terre comme au ciel. Donne-nous aujourd'hui notre pain de ce jour. Pardonne-nous nos offenses, comme nous pardonnons aussi à ceux qui nous ont offensés. Et ne nous laisse pas entrer en tentation, mais délivre-nous du mal. Amen.
Amén. Muchísimas gracias a nuestras profesores hermosas. Y en este momento vamos a tener la señora María Mutillo. Muchísimas gracias por tu atención y que Dios les bendiga. Thank you so much for your attention and may God bless you. So over to you, Mrs. Mutillo.
Thank you very much. So good morning again, everyone. My name is Mrs. Mutillo, Maria Mutillo. Of course, I have a Spanish name, and a big part of it, we are all one, is that I'm Catholic, and of course, you know, our Blessed Mother is so important in the Catholic Church, and so I got the name Maria, and I'm so honored to have that name, you know, and I'm glad that it was Maria instead of Mary. It's just a little different, you know. So I will be your MC for this morning. Yes, I will be your MC for this morning, and I'm delighted to share this time with you. We have so many different people on with us this morning, and we have many people here who are going to be giving greetings. And so we're going to start with that this morning, and we are so excited that we have members from the Ministry of Education with us this morning, and we are going to hear from them. So I think I just need to do just here. Right. So we're going to hear from our education officers at the Ministry of Education, and this is so special. We're so happy that you're here. You know, language education is important, and you oversee all of that. And we know it's a big task, and there's always sometimes a little resistance and a reluctance to learn a language, but you are making this happen, and you're making this happen in Jamaica. So at this point, we are going to invite Miss Cuthbert, and she is the Senior Education Officer for Foreign Language, Spanish Concentration, and we're going to ask Ms. Cuthbert to speak, Ms. Cuthbert Baugh, rather, sorry, to speak at this moment. So over to you. All right. And I know that Mrs. Cuthbert
Buenos
was
días.
Yes.
Buenos
días. Buenos días.
Buenos días. Okay. And today is a great day because Convent Academy of Mercy.
Convent of Mercy Academy.
Convent of Mercy Academy, you know, thinking in Spanish. This is great. This is one of the schools that has always participated in most of the activities, in all of them, in festivals, in contests. And my pleasure today is to bring greetings on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Traigo saludos a nombre del Ministerio de Educación, Juventud e Información de Jamaica. Mi nombre, Martha Corbett Baugh. Esta escuela representa un ejemplo para la enseñanza de lenguas extranjeras en Jamaica. This school represents an example for the teaching of foreign languages in Jamaica. And together we are carrying on the mission of empowering Jamaicans to become acquainted with another foreign language. Based on Vision 2030, the popular version, page 23, item 3, it says, an educated Jamaican should speak a foreign language, another language, and that is what Alpha Academy is doing today. By looking at your program, we are seeing that you have included different languages, that tribute and worship is paid, is being put together and shared by all the participants to God at a time when we need so much love. And I will continue my presentation in Spanish. El Ministerio de Educación, Juventud e Información de Jamaica tiene el placer de presentar sus saludos en esta actividad. Este año 2021, todo el mundo va a celebrar April 23rd, el Día del Idioma Español y también el Día del Idioma Inglés. Y la escuela en la cual ustedes están está organizando este día que representa un festival para las lenguas. Español se habla en muchísimos países. Más de 500 millones de personas hablan español en el mundo. Y en países como Jamaica, un país anglófono, ustedes estudian español. El 23 de abril se celebra en todo el mundo. April 23rd is celebrated worldwide. It was declared in 2010 the Day of the Spanish and of the English language. And you will know that Spanish is one of the 6 languages of United Nations. That there are also other days being celebrated worldwide as established by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, known by all of us as UNESCO. Therefore, since 2010, the International Day to celebrate Spanish is precisely April 23rd. But which are the other 6 days recognized by UNESCO, one of the entities of the United Nations? Okay, the French language is celebrated on March 20. The Chinese language is celebrated on April 20. The English language, along with Spanish, is celebrated on the 23rd. And the Russian language is celebrated on the 6th of June, while the Arabic language is celebrated on December 18. And the United Nations also celebrates International Mother Language Day on February 21 and International Translation Day on September 30. May the Lord continue to bless this community of persons who are growing, who are becoming better human beings and better citizens by learning a foreign language. You are able to cover and overcome a linguistic gap. Here we are standing right beside you. Muchas gracias por su invitación. Thank you for your invitation.
Muchísimas gracias, señora Corbett, por ese discurso tan poderoso y tan relevante. Un placer tenerte con nosotros en esta mañana.
El placer es mío.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Wow, I just feel so delighted to be in this presence, you know, so fluent. I love it. Thank you so much. And you know, this is one of the things that I really want to encourage us. You may think to yourself, boy, you know what, I may not take up Spanish. I don't want to be an interpreter or anything like that, but we are so connected, you know? And even though I'm not fluent in Spanish, lo siento, I know a little bit of Spanish. And so even as Senora Cutler was speaking, I was able to pick up some stuff. And that's really important. Even if it's that we can do, we are on our way. So thank you so much for being here this morning. No, we do 2 languages at the Academy. We do Spanish and we do French. And who knows, maybe in the future, we'll be doing some other languages as a need arises. But for now, we only have 2 languages and we have 2 representatives of the language with us this morning. And so at this time, I am going to ask Mademoiselle Loveless to give her greetings to us from the Ministry of Education. And she is the education officer, and she is in charge of French, le français. J'étudie le français on le sait. I studied French when I was in high school, and it so happens that I have a sister-in-law who is French now, and it was so helpful when I met her family. We could speak even just a little, and it made it so much better. So over to Mademoiselle Lovelace.
Bonjour à tous. Good morning, everyone.
Bonjour.
That was a beautiful worship session you just had. I truly enjoyed it. C'est avec plaisir que je vous transmets les salutations pour le compte du ministère de l'Éducation à l'occasion de votre Journée des langues modernes. It is with pleasure that I greet you on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information on the occasion of your Modern Languages Day. J'offre des félicitations spéciales aux élèves qui exposeront leur talent aujourd'hui, ainsi qu'à leurs professeurs qui ont travaillé dur pour les préparer. I'd like to commend especially the students who will displaying their talents today, as well as their teachers who worked diligently to prepare them. Le ministère de l'Éducation appuie ces activités qui permettent aux élèves de s'aventurer en dehors de la salle de classe et de présenter et d'apprécier la culture des langues qu'ils étudient. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information endorses activities such as these that appeal to the aesthetic abilities of our students and that allow students to venture outside the walls of the classroom, showcasing and appreciating the culture of the languages that they study. Je suis sûre que cet événement sera une véritable manifestation de l'excellente interprétation pour nos élèves des langues qu'elles étudient et des cultures correspondantes. I'm sure that today's event will be a true manifestation of our students' excellent interpretation of the languages that they're studying and the corresponding cultures. Indeed, we look forward to the high caliber performances, and we wish you all the best. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Mademoiselle Lovelace. Merci. And so, thank you so much. And we are just really honored that we had two representatives from the Ministry of Education with us this morning and for presentations ahead. So I just want to go to the back too. I just want to make sure that you know that the ladies who are on YouTube, thank you so much for being with us and for tuning in. We really appreciate your presence. And I'm sure you will agree that the devotion this morning was so excellently done. And, you know, it was so funny to see people in the chat saying, yes, that's Waymaker. You know, we could recognize the songs, although we didn't know all the words in the other language. We're able to recognize the melody. And, you know, it's just, it just shows our theme beautifully, that we are one. You know, we have brothers and sisters all over the world, and we share a common humanity. We really need to look after each other, and we need to learn about each other. And so we're going to hear from somebody, I'm sure somebody who you are very familiar with, and she is in the beautiful, beautiful country of Japan. And, you know, we were saying that, you know, Senora Cuthbert said that, you know, Alpha is really a model for language education, and we have so many students from Alpha who have gone on to learn different languages and have done so well. And you'll be hearing from some of them today. They'll be sharing their experiences with you, and they'll be drawing on their experience from Alpha. Some of them will be sharing items with you as well. And so we are going to hear from it. So now we're going to go all the way over to Japan. Konnichiwa minasan. And we're going to hear from a face that I'm sure most of you are familiar with, Miss Sheena Jarrett, a teacher who at the Academy for several years. And she is going to greet us from all the way in Japan. Go ahead, Miss Jarrett.
皆さん、こんにちは。おはようございます。私はシーナと申します。日本に住んでいて、中学校で英語の教師として働いています。皆さんと一緒にこの日、現代の言語の日を祝うことを楽しみにしています。よろしくお願いします。Hi everyone, good morning. Well, it's good night for me here in Japan. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that you are able to do Modern Languages Day this year. It's one of my favorite memories from Alpha, so I'm so happy that you can do this. I miss you all. It's so good to see so many of you here today. This is a great opportunity. Learning foreign languages is such a rewarding thing to do, and I hope this will encourage you to learn more, not just Spanish and French, but Japanese, Russian, Arabic. There are so many languages to learn, and it opens so many doors to you when you're able to speak another language and communicate with others. There are so many opportunities, so many doors get open, and you feel so, it's such a great feeling when you're able to understand someone in another language, especially when it's not yours. It's such an amazing feeling. And I hope that today will encourage you to continue to learn languages and to reach out, to strengthen. There are so many things that you can do. Broaden your horizons. Don't think small, okay? Keep thinking big and bigger. And when you think you've thought big enough, then maybe there's higher to go and there's more to learn. There's always something more to learn. So keep it up. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, to seeing what you have in store for us. So thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Jared-san. So thank you so much. And we're going to also hear from somebody else in Japan. We're going to go to Miss Dion Johnson Bowes, or Bowes-san, and she's going to share with us her experience as well. Okay, sorry. All right, you can go ahead.
こんにちは。まずこういう機会をいただいて、とても光栄ですし、ワクワクしています。Hi everyone, I'm very honored to have this opportunity, and I'm excited. 1997年に、アルファを卒業して、で、大学でスペイン語を専攻しました。So I graduated Alpha in 1997, then went on to lower six and upper six, and I actually majored in Spanish at UE. なので、スペイン語が初恋であり、今でも、心の中でスペイン語が一番好きな、言葉です。So Spanish is my first love, and in my heart, Spanish is still my only love. だけど、そうですね、その大学を卒業する前に、ちょっと、違うことをやってみようかなと思って、日本に来まして、で、本当は3年までと思ったんですけど、3年が経った後に、もうちょっと勉強しようかなと思いまして、ずっと今18年日本にいます。So even though Spanish was my first love, and I've always thought that I would have a career in Spanish, I decided to take a break from studies. And I came to Japan just to work for 3 years, you know, just to think about what I wanted to do. And 3 years have turned into 18. I got a bit lost. なので、まず、英語を教えに来ましたが、言葉が好きなので、日本語を勉強して、日本語能力試験というものをやって、で、3級、2級と1級を取って、で、それで、まあ、世界が開いてくれたというか、いろんな機会が与えられて、今は、投資銀行で働いてます。And so initially I came to Japan as a teacher on the JET program, as many Jamaicans do. That's one of the main avenues by which Jamaicans come here. And then I decided, I like languages and so on, so I decided to study. I was studying Japanese. I did the Japanese language proficiency test. I did level 3, level 2, level 1, and I was able to get level 1 by my 3rd year here, which I guess is fast. And, you know, based on that, several opportunities opened for me. And right now I am a translator at a leading investment bank, a global investment bank in Japan. で、皆さんには、このような、アルファでこのようにスペイン語を勉強できて、フランス語を勉強できてっていうのがすごくいいことだと思うので、もうしっかりと勉強して、もう世界がこうすごく広いので、いろんな機会があって、いろんなチャンスがあるので、勉強して自分の視野を広げて、いろんなことがあると思うので、私もまさか私がこう日本語を使って仕事をすると思わなかったので、いろんなチャンスがあるので、もういろいろやってみてください。So, you know, I couldn't imagine if you had told me that I would be using Japanese as my main language and for my job, it would have been something that I just couldn't fathom. And so the world is out there. There's so many opportunities out there, and you don't know where the opportunities are going to come for you. So just keep your mind open and just take advantage of these opportunities that we had. I studied Spanish and French at Alpha, and you know, it opened doors for me, just the interest in language and the opportunity to speak to people in different languages. And so I just want to encourage you to keep going. And just to say again, I'm so excited to be here. I can't believe it. Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. And I'm sure I said, I was reading the chat, you know, and somebody was saying, oh, she's so cool. She's so cool. She's so fluent. And she's your alpha sister. She is your alpha sister having the same experience, a very similar experience as you're having. And it shows you your potential and also your possibility. Alpha girls are amazing and they're all over the world doing amazing things. And this is one of the things that we want to show you this morning, that you too have lots of potential and that you have many opportunities. Hold on to them and run with them. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. And let me tell you something. I tried those exams. I used to live in Japan as well through JET. So fellow JET participant, and those exams are not easy. Them hard. So to get level 1 is just amazing. So congratulations on that. That's amazing. And thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. And so now what we're going to do, we are going to go to an item, and this item was recorded, and it was done by one of your peers from the academy. So we heard from Japan and Ms. Jared. And so now we're going to have a poem from Aliyah Fulla, and she recorded this in Spanish. She's a 6th form student. So let's have a listen of this, and I'm sure at the end of it you will be as impressed as I was when I first heard it.
Hola, buenos días a todos. Soy Alia Fuller. Hoy les voy a compartir un poema sobre la canción del bongo por Nicholas Guillen. Esta es la canción del bongo. Aquel que más fino sea, responde, si llamo yo. Unos dicen ahora mismo, otros dicen allá voy. Pero mi pique bronco pero mi profunda voz. Convoca a negra al blanco que bailan en el mismo son. Coriparos y almiprietos, más de sangre que de sol. Pues ¿quién por fin esta noche? Por dentro ya os creció. Aquel que más fino sea, responde si llamo yo. En esta tierra mulata africano español, Santa Bárbara de un lado, del otro lado Shango. Siempre falta algún abuelo cuando nos sobra algún don. Hay títulos a castillos con parientes en bondo. Vamos, calles y amigos, y la mano en la cuestión porque venimos de lejos y andamos dos en dos. Aquel que más fino sea, responde si llamo yo. Habrá quien niegue en soltarme, pero en el corazón. Habrá quien me escupe en público cuando solo me beso. A ese le dijo, compadre, ya me perderás, perdón, ya comerás de ajiaco, ya me darás raza, me comprarás el cuero, ya bailarás a mi voz, ya pasearemos del brazo, ya estarás donde yo estoy, ya vendrás de abajo arriba. ¿Qué aquí el más alto soy yo?
Sorry, Mrs. Matijo.
Yes. The Zoom mic unmute got me. But yeah, she was amazing. And some people were saying she has a beautiful smile and she was so fluent. Thank you. I hope you're hearing me know that I've unmuted my mic. Somebody said marvelous. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Aliyah, for sharing with us. And we are so impressed. And she's in sixth form, and look how beautifully she sounds. So especially to our first formers, our lower school girls, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I don't sound as well as that, but you will have time and you will be able to get there. But of course, if you want to get anything, you have to practice, practice, practice. And we have so many wonderful examples around us. Somebody else is saying impressive. Yes. And I just love how Alpha Girls always encourage their sisters. Yes, she was very impressive. And somebody says, that's really good. I now have motivation to try. And that's exactly what this morning is about, to motivate you into learning other languages. And you see your sisters and you see how them talk nice. Hello. In another language to boot. So we want to make sure that you feel encouraged this morning and you go. Now with us, and she's no stranger to us, Señora de la Cruz del Pollo de Morgan, and she is from Cuba, our very close neighbor. And Señora de la Cruz is going to speak to us this morning a little bit about Cuba, but also more importantly, opportunities for education that are available to you in Cuba, just 90 minutes away from us. And that Spanish obviously would be an asset in having. So we're going to go over to Señora de la Cruz del Pollo de Morgan ahora.
Hola, buenos días otra
Hola.
vez. Okay. As you know, Cuba and Jamaica has a long time bond, and we has been together for many years, and we share that love through the years. So I want to talk to tell you about the opportunities that you have when you study Spanish, in this case, in terms of the scholarship program that Cuba and Jamaica has. This is a bilateral scholarship program that is annual. It's an annual award that is managed by the Ministry of Finance Training and Scholarship Unit. This scholarship program is available to Jamaican national students intending to study medical sciences and nursing in Cuba. So this is a bilateral exchange student program where Cuban national students may also study here at the top universities in Jamaica. And every year, this scholarship program is open to 9 lucky students every single year. In this case, I want to share with you which are the disciplines that you can study in Cuba. You can study undergraduate there are 4 awards in medicine and 1 award in stomatology. Postgraduate studies, there are 2 awards in internal medicine and hygiene epidemiology. And a Master of Science degree in health science, there is 1 award in medical imaging and radiation physics. So this is a possibility for those who are interested in study medical sciences in any of these disciplines, and it's an opportunity for all of you. You can find more information online and also at the Cuban Embassy in New Kingston. So this is a way to encourage yourself to push yourself to learn the Spanish, because of course you are going to study with the Cuban students, so you will have to know the language, so you can study and learn all the disciplines and subjects that you are going to learn there. Also, you add to that the possibility to get in contact with the culture and an exchange of culture, what you can see there, what you learn from the people and what they will learn from you. You can be an ambassador for your country as well in that Spanish speaking country. So muchas gracias. Fue un placer compartir esto con ustedes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, when we have so many opportunities that become available to us when we learn another language. And so, ladies, some of you are thinking, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this, and you're thinking, me broke. Here's the opportunity, here's scholarships. And obviously, you would need your other subjects as well. But you need other subjects, but obviously having Spanish would be an asset to you as well. So we really just want to encourage you this morning is to, you're in high school, your life is before you, learn a language, always, you know, seize the opportunities as they come along. All right, now we've heard about scholarships, we heard a poem, we heard from our sisters in Japan, and now we are going to have a little break from that. Are we? Oh no, we are not. So I wonder if I missed something. I'm just making sure that I look over my program. But oh, I did miss something. We were supposed to have a credit giveaway. So I know that most of us are using credit like, wow, so much, you know, every day we're reliant on it. And so we're going to have a credit giveaway. And at this time, I'm going to invite Madame Jackson, and she is going to call the numbers in French, le français. Now, if you are able to get the numbers down and plug in the amount of credit in time, then you will get some credit. But if you're not fast, you're not get it. So get your phones together, get them quick. Listen. How is say listen in French? Écoutez, s'il vous plaît. Yes, and so see if you can get some credit this morning now, because this year things and times hard. But Madam Jackson, if you could tell us what network it's for.
So those of us who are can you confirm for me which network?
Digicel. So yeah. You know, I'm out. So Flow Kids, like myself here, don't worry, we're out. So over to Madam Jackson now.
Okay, so je vais parler lentement. I'm going to speak a bit slowly to give the first and second formers a chance. And I'm going to do it in single digits for the first time. However, if you don't get it the first time, I'm going to do it in double digits to make it a bit more, you know, challenging. So, on y va, let's go. So, you know to put on the credits, right? Star 121 star. I hope that's the same way because I haven't put on credits in a long time. But, on y va. 2, 7, 6, 2, 9, 0, 2, 8, 2, 7, 6, 5, 8. Allez. So let me know when you get it. Nobody got it?
Madam Jackson, we may have some people who are on YouTube as well, and so they aren't able to respond to us in chat. But if you could say it one more time, so we could just check to see, you know, just one more time to make sure that it actually went through.
Okay, let me go again. 2. Wait, I'm seeing a hand. Gabriel Lewin. And Jorian, did you get the credit, Jorian?
Yes, I got the credit. Yes, I got the credit.
Oh, somebody got it. Très bien. Bien fait. So that was it for the French credit. So we'll have more giveaways as we go along. So Il faut écouter bien. We have to listen. And this will help you with your numbers.
All right, so congratulations to Gabrielle Lewin. She got her some credit for herself this morning. Remember to use it wisely. And thank you so much, Madame Jackson. All right, so we are going to kind of switch continents at this point in time. We're going to go to Europe. We were in Asia. We were in, our region right here, the Caribbean. And now we're going to go to Europe. And you have some sisters in Europe, Did you know? Well, now you know. We have some alpha girls, your sisters who are in Europe, mashing up the place with the language. Nobody can fool them. They understand. Je comprends. And so the first country that we're going to go to this morning, we're going to go to France. And we are just making sure that we have it. If anything, we're going to skip countries, but let me see. Right, okay, great. So we're going to hear from Alicia McKenzie, a past student of the Academy, and she is going to tell us a little bit about that. So we're going to ask Miss McKenzie to come on now. Oh, I'm breaking up. Sorry about that. I hope you're hearing me a little bit better. And so we're going to invite Alicia McKenzie at this time to speak to us. Thank you so much. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Alors, bonjour à toutes et à tous. Et je m'appelle Alicia McKenzie et je suis ravie d'être avec vous. I'm so delighted to be here, just, even if only virtually. Alors, merci beaucoup pour l'invitation. Je vis en France depuis 13 ans et j'apprends la langue toujours parce que le français n'est pas facile, en fait. Mais c'est une belle langue et c'est important. Comme élève à Alpha, j'ai étudié le français et l'espagnol et vivant en Belgique et en France, j'ai appris davantage et j'apprends toujours. Maintenant, je suis écrivaine et journaliste et je fais des reportages pour une agence de presse. J'écris aussi des nouvelles et des romans et mon dernier livre s'appelle A Million Aunties. L'avant-dernier qui s'appelle Sweetheart a été traduit en français avec le titre Trésor. So I'm a writer here. I'm a writer and a journalist. And well, my day job is really doing journalism and doing reporting. And my last novel, which in fact was published by a Jamaican publishing house, Blue Banyan Press, is called A Million Aunties. Je suis tellement ravie que Alpha a organisé cette journée. I'm so delighted that Alpha has organized this event and that so many students are learning Spanish, are learning French and other languages. And I can say that languages open doors in many ways. So it's a good thing to have under your belt. Now, if you would like to know more about French, about living in France, you can send me an email, you can connect on Instagram or on LinkedIn. I would be really, really happy to speak with anybody who is interested in learning more about what it is to, what it's like to live in France, what it's like to learn to speak French and so forth and so on. Okay, so thank you very much again for the invitation to participate, and I wish everybody the very best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ladies, I don't know about you, but I am just so impressed by our Alpha sisters. Huh? Okay, now that is just so impressive. Living in France, writing books, and remember, Miss Mackenzie's book is called A Million Aunties, and I'm sure, trust me, holy, all of us have holy auntie, A Million Aunties, and so I want to encourage you to read that. You know, some of us feel let's be inspired to write as well, because some of us feel no, son, I can't write, can't do that, but you can do all things. All things are possible. All things are possible through Christ, and your sisters are showing you exactly what that possibility looks like. And when that possibility is fulfilled. Thank you so much, Ms. Mackenzie, for being with us. It's so beautiful to hear you. And of course, we will make that information available to you for Ms. Mackenzie if you want to speak to her about life and times in France. And if you have questions for any of our presenters, I ask that you put it in the chat, and make sure that you're not putting too many things in the chat so that we can focus on the questions that you want to ask. Okay, so thank you so much for that. And so we are still on the continent of Europe, and so we're now going to go to we're going to hear a little bit about Poland. Hey, and so at this time we're going to invite Mrs. Barbara Hilton to speak with us, and she's going to be sharing with us this morning. And she's coming on. So let's just give her 1 second. Of course, as Madam Jackson mentioned earlier, we are going to be giving away some more credit as the time goes on. So we want to make sure that you continue to listen and you continue to learn. Okay, all right, here we go. So please go ahead, Mrs. Hilton. We're going to ask you. All right. Yeah. There
I'm unmuted?
Yes, you are.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say in Polish, good morning to everybody, and that's dzień dobry. And that's the formal way of saying bonjour. And for young people, it's cześć. And cześć, you can use good morning, and you can say cześć when you say goodbye. Just to quickly give you a history, my husband is from Alpha Boys, and actually I was secretary of the Alpha Boys Academy for a long time, but I have an alumni cousin, niece, Cheryl Hilton, and so I feel quite connected to the school, as also when we visited Jamaica a few times, I actually met Sister Mary Bernadette, and there's a link with Mary Andrew and Pat Campbell. So that's out of the way. Poland is a beautiful country, and it's in Europe, Central Europe or Eastern Europe. And I was brought up bilingually, but it made learning other languages much easier. So I'm actually fluent in French and German as well. And I encourage you all to learn at least one language well while you're at school. And I remember about 20 years ago as a dentist, having a patient from Côte d'Ivoire coming in, and she didn't speak a word of English. So I had to rely on my schoolgirl French. And I'm sure that having learnt at school, it was much easier to suddenly recall how to, if not say the words for pain, etc., but to mimic things like that. And it worked, and we got on extremely well, and I understood everything that she said and vice versa. So I encourage you very much so to learn your languages. And that's about it. And Poland is a lovely country, and maybe when COVID is released, you can go and visit. Any questions? I don't know if anybody heard me.
I'm looking in the chat to see if we have any questions. We don't have any questions here, but just want to thank you though for coming on this morning to share with us, and to know that you were at Alpha at some point, that you know where we are. And,
I do.
For that story that you shared as well, that even just the French that you learned at school, you were able to help somebody. And so many times we don't think of language like that, but language can be such a powerful tool to help people. And as a school, a mercy school, one of our critical concerns is immigration. And so many times when people are forced to leave their country and to live in another country, the problem that they have is that they don't understand the language. And so being able to speak to somebody in the language that they know is also an act of mercy. So mercy girls, here we have it. Yes. Language and mercy, we'll put them together and we have a good thing. So thank you so much for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Do widzenia.
Dzień dobry. I remember that part.
Very good. Excellent.
I'm learning as I go along. Thank you so much. Oh, there's a question in the chat. Don't go to yet. Please type it in the chat. Oh, I don't see the question. What is the weather like? Okay, all right. So we have a weather question. What's the weather like in Poland?
Well, it tends to be actually in the summer, like Jamaica, it gets very, very hot, unless you're in the mountain area. But from May onwards, it's equivalent to Jamaica. It used to be very cold in the winter, but not so much now. It's more like England, unfortunately, with global warming. So they only have snow in the mountains, but it's a very nice climate, very pleasant.
Okay, and we have one more question before you leave. Somebody was asking in the chat, and somebody mentioned German, but we're not going to go there quite yet because we have a surprise for you, all the persons who love speaking German. But the question was, what is your tip for learning a language fluently? What is a tip for learning a language fluently?
I would say use YouTube. Use these 3-minute lessons on Polish, for example. Listen to songs, watch films, radio, television, because you actually hear the people speaking the language probably much faster than when you're learning it, but you pick up the flow of the language.
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
Thank you. See there, YouTube to the rescue. You can learn anything on YouTube. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hilton, for being with us this morning. And
you're welcome.
Really appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. And we have here another tip that was given: learning grammar and vocab daily. So if you want to learn a language, a tip that was given for you, all of you on YouTube as well. Thank you for being here, for staying with us. So happy to have you. And but I can only read the ones on the chat, unfortunately, in Zoom. So please forgive me. But learning grammar and vocabulary daily is important. Another tip for you is listening to the radio, watching TV. And let me tell you something, God bless Netflix. You can't get movies from all over the world. You don't have to be thinking, oh my gosh, is it going to be coming out to Caribbean? No. You can go on Netflix and you can get movies from all over the world, and you can also have the subtitles there. Watch the TV, watch the news, documentaries, and trying to speak daily. Wow, these are some amazing tips that we're given here. So I hope that you're getting it, and thank you for asking the questions and keep on putting them there. All right. Okay. All right. And somebody else said, oh, this is from Mrs. Dela Cruz. She said, trying to find somebody to interact with is also very helpful. And you know what? We're in the time of Zoom. You can Zoom somebody in Japan. You can Zoom somebody in Cuba. You can Zoom somebody in Colombia. So we have many opportunities to speak. And of course, finally, the next one is talk. I think that's a really good one. If you want to learn a language, you really just need to talk. All right, very good. Thank you for being with us. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're being inspired. And so now we are going to move over. Somebody was asking about German in the chat. They said they wanted to hear somebody speak German. And so here's your opportunity, because we have two ladies who are going to speak to us this morning. First, we're going to hear from Jennifer Karnatz, and then we'll hear from Mrs. Schmidt. So I hope I did not do too poorly with the pronunciation of your name, but Jennifer Karnatz and then Mrs. Smith. Okay, so let us go. All right, and we're gonna hear from Mrs. Karnatz. All right, so she's coming up and she's going to speak. I'm sure she will make somebody's dream come true, because somebody wanted to hear German, and so you'll be able to hear that. All right, is she come? Okay, she's here. Good, great, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Guten Tag, alle Schülerinnen. Mein Hals ist ein bisschen trocken. Ich freue mich riesig, heute mit Ihnen diese kurze Zeit verbringen zu dürfen. Mein Abschluss bei Alpha machte ich im Jahr 1971. Ich kam nach Deutschland Silvester 1979, nur um die Sprache zu lernen. Mitte der 70er Jahren, unsere Hotels wurden von deutschen Touristen überrannt. Mein Plan war, in der Hotelindustrie in Jamaika wieder zu arbeiten oder im Tourismusverband. Ich ging in Rente 2019, nachdem ich 38 Jahre als eine Chefassistentin gearbeitet habe. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, greetings, pupils. extremely delighted to be allowed to spend this brief time with you. I graduated from Alpha in 1971. Came to Germany on New Year's Eve 1979 only to learn the language. Mid-70s, our hotels were overrun with German tourists. My plan was to return to work in the hotel industry in JA or with the tourist board. I stayed here for different reasons. I retired in 2019 after working over 38 years as a bilingual management assistant. My hobby is, one of my hobbies is writing poetry. So I'm going to do a short poem for you in German, which I'll translate into English. Erster Eindruck. Meine Augen verschlangen dich. Meine Seele prägte sich Snob ein. Mein Herz zitterte vor Angst, immer wenn du in seine Nähe kamst. Eine versteinerte Miene löste sich eines Tages auf, mich als Narrin. Als Lippen, magnetische Augen lächelte mich an, meine Seele flüsterte Freund. In English, it's titled First Impression. My eyes swallowed, my mind stamped snob. My heart trembled with fear whenever you were near. Your waxed expression one day melted, deemed me fool. Cushion lips, magnetic eyes smiled at me. My soul whispered, friend. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. You know, it's one thing to learn to speak another language. It's another thing to learn to write, to do literature in another language. Thank you so much. That poem was kind of romantic. Hello. What's going on?
It's a friendly poem. Just a friendly poem.
Is it?
Yes. By the way, Alpha, I was working at Jamaica House as the Prime Minister's wife's personal assistant, and I used to be afraid of his personal assistant. So that is what inspired this poem. It was written about Mrs. Carmen Gauntlet, who was the top secretary at that time at Jamaica House.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the backstory on that one.
Yeah, but Alpha used to teach German when I was at Alpha, so why did they stop?
Oh, boy, you know, I think I'm not too sure. So I'm not going to propose an answer. Maybe instructors maybe have been a part of it, but I'm not too sure. But we have some questions here, and I want to just ask you one. So somebody was asking, where is the question? They put so many in here about Germany. I'm not finding it right now. So if you could put a new, the question was, wow, Miss, so somebody made a comment, so I'll just read that for you. Miss Great Grammar, you speak so fluently, okay? And then I guess, this is a question, what is it like living in Germany? What is it like living in Germany?
Okay, the comparison. In Jamaica, you have a great social life because you can go to the beach, you go to all these theaters, and you go to concerts and stuff. Okay, you have the concerts here, but you don't have the beaches. So that's what I miss the most, you know, and the Jamaican fruits, like I couldn't tell when last I eat a breadfruit. You know, I was last in Jamaica 2019.
Yes.
But what I like living here, which was one of the reasons why I stayed, begins actually with a sad story. My father had been murdered in Jamaica. So when I came here and realized that I could walk around day and night and also sleep without burglar bars, you know, it made me get a sort of peace of mind, which I hadn't had since his murder in Jamaica. So the positive thing about living here is just your freedom of movement and not walking around in fear. Crime happens everywhere, but the fear is not in the air.
Yes, I understand. You know, and I'm, you know, so sorry to hear about your father. And I think, you know, your story is sadly shared by so many people in Jamaica, you know, and we just hope for the day, and especially through, you know, through us as well, that we can make a difference in our country, and that we can also, one day, and we have to be optimistic, I guess we have to be hopeful, and we have so many beautiful souls at Alpha here who I'm sure are committed to making a difference, that we will, we will not have fear in the air, and that we will, one day be able just to walk free. So thank you so much for sharing your story, and that was from Mrs. McMorris as well. And thank you so much for sharing your poem. And I will stick to my interpretation, and you can stick to yours. It's a love poem for me. Done. Finish. But thank you so much. And could you just tell me how to say thank you? Thank you in German?
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Yeah.
Dankeschön. Okay. Thank you so much. Dankeschön. All right. And we also have somebody else who is going to speak to us about Germany, and Mrs. Schmitz. Look here, you have to correct me when you come on for the pronunciation. But we're going to hear, and she's also going to speak to us a little about Germany. There's so many languages and so much to learn. All right, here you go.
I'm surprised to see myself because my camera wasn't working for a while.
No, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to move this so it's blocking your face. I can't see. Okay. Oh,
yes.
Well, thanks for the invitation. I guess I should start in German. Ja, ich heiße Maria Schmitz. I see you dropped my Christian name, but okay, Maria Schmitz. I, of course, an old Alpha girl, studied French, German, and Spanish. Can you see me because I have this thing in front of me?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. Sorry.
We can certainly see you and see you very well.
Studied French, German, and Spanish at the UE, and which is why I'm here. It wouldn't have happened, because I'd wanted to study psychology. And but then I would have only been able to do one foreign language beside that. And so I said to myself, oh, to hell with psychology. I don't want to give up French, and I don't want to give up German and Spanish, because it would have been French, because I'd done French longest in school. And I would have chosen Spanish as well, but we were obliged to choose. I always loved languages. So why did I choose French? Because I had a French maiden name, Latiboudia. My father couldn't speak French, but since I had to decide, I chose French. Okay. And I had the good fortune that the last 2 years of school, we were offered German. Otherwise, as I said, I wouldn't be sitting here, I guess, because through my contact with German, I met my husband. So he was a German volunteer. And so we've been living in Germany now since autumn or fall 1975. Yeah. So, and in June, we'll have been married for 47 years. Time flies. We have one son, 2 grandchildren. Yeah, okay. I notice I'm speaking English. Okay. Ich habe in Botschaften gearbeitet, in einer internationalen Anwaltsfirma, in der Personalberatung, und seit 2001 bin ich in der Erwachsenenbildung tätig. Ja, und ich habe auch an 4 Universitäten gelehrt: interkulturelle Kompetenz, deutsch-amerikanische Geschäftsbeziehungen, Management Skills und sogar Übersetzungen. Und Englisch, Business English. Habe auch Business English in Firmen unterrichtet, und jetzt arbeite ich vom Homeoffice aus als freiberufliche Übersetzerin. Allerdings übersetze ich seit 1984, ja, als technische Übersetzerin aus Zufall, weil mein Mann in der Automobilbranche tätig war. Okay, what's all that? I started working in the embassies. Jamaican embassy did me a favor because they didn't really have an opening, but that's where I started out. So I met Ambassador Keith Johnson. I met, what's his name? Rex Nettleford. I saw Bob Marley in Düsseldorf. And I think these are all people I wouldn't have met if I hadn't been here. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I moved to a law firm. So from the Jamaican embassy, I went to the Pakistan embassy as translator of the press department. Then I worked in a law firm, and at that time, Bonn was the capital of Germany. After that, we moved to Frankfurt, that's in Hessen, and I was in the executive search for 18 years. And since 2001, I have been in adult education. So I've also enjoyed teaching young adults. So it's great that we're here to motivate young people today. I enjoy teaching young adults, and I did that at 4 universities. My favorite was Intercultural Competence, German and American Business Styles, for 12 years in Mainz. but I've also taught management skills and simply English and also translation. So I've been sort of doing everything parallelly, yeah, the business English training, the translations, as I said, been going on since 1984 in the background, but now, fortunately now I'm at home, I'm in my home office and free to focus on my translations. So you could say I'm a freelance translator. Yeah, I think, and I just translated my 7th book. Yeah. So over the years, it was amazing. If I can tell you a little anecdote, it was amazing. I had to visit, we went to visit my in-laws, the parents of my mother-in-law in East Germany back in the 70s. And at that time, East Germany wasn't free. Then one of the guards asked me if I translated books, and I said no. And I also thought to myself, as somebody else said today, she would have been, yeah, she couldn't fathom it. Somebody from Japan. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that I would ever be able to say yes to this question. So, but no, in the meantime, I've translated 7 books. Yeah, that's it.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing your story with us. No, look here, it looked like I have a mind for romance this morning, because I just want to tell the girls that, you know, you made me just meet your husband because you can speak another language. Hello, if you get anything, get that. Hello. Oh, that's amazing.
Yes,
Thank
that came
so
through
much.
my jobs. Yeah, because every time I jobbed at the university, I tried to do something that was in connection with one of the languages I was studying. Right. That's how it happened that I went to the Deutsche Entwicklungs at the time. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, but you know, I think just generally though, language is a way that we develop relationships, friendships, you know, all type of relationships, and so that's so important. Somebody was asking, have you ever worked for the German government by any chance? They were asking, they were curious.
Well, put it this way, when I work for the universities, we call them here Universities of Applied Sciences. Yeah, we have the universities, which are much more theoretical, although I also taught theory, and we have these so-called Universities of Applied Sciences, where I taught. And I would say that's a government organization. So when I do things like this, or when I worked for the Volkshochschule, I was being paid practically by a government body. Okay, but not directly for the government. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. That's great. And another question was coming from one of our second form students. And she, you know what, Jada, I think you're a little hungry this morning, you know. Jada is asking, what's your favorite German food?
Oh, what's my favorite German food? Oh God, that's hard to say, because I enjoyed everything my mother-in-law cooked. She's no longer around, but I also cook German stuff. We make spaghetti bolognese. You're gonna laugh. And what else? I can't think of anything typically German at the moment. I like what's it called? But it boils down to be roast beef, not roast beef, to be beef. It's called oh God, what's the name of it? Oh dear, I'll have to or this question or send her a mail. What's the name of it? I've forgotten.
I think you probably were speaking
No, nothing typical. It's something that you eat with potatoes and grüne Soße. But it's meat. It's Rindfleisch. Jennifer, what you call it? I don't know.
It will come back. It will eventually come back. Don't worry.
Yeah, lots of holes in my head at the moment.
No problem. But thank you so much for sharing. And somebody was just asking, and I guess we have Jennifer here, and we have Maria as well. What was the element of culture shock? What was a culture shock for you?
Several. But let's Jennifer go ahead. I had several.
The culture shock for me, I was living with a German family, and the breakfast and the dinner, the only difference was that there was the egg in the morning and no egg in the evening, because the Germans have this thing they call Schwarzbrot, which is a very black bread. Yes. And they love eating it just with cheese and honey pasted on it. So they would only cook like maybe on weekends, you know.
So no rice and peas and chicken and gravy. Black bread and butter.
Black bread and butter, yes. That was the biggest culture shock for me, the food.
Okay, thank you.
So I was happy when I moved into my own apartment and I could do my own thing.
Great. Congratulations. Freedom. Freedom from the Blackbird. What about you, Mrs. Smith?
Yeah, I can get Maria, please. Okay, one thing was my indignation at the fact, but this is all because of having grown up in a purely Catholic world and Catholic school. And so I was practically shocked when the German embassy had to stamp our wedding certificate because for it to be recognized here, because as far as I'm concerned, of course, I was saying, the last letzte Instanz is God, no? God, it's only God has something to do with that and not the government. So, and it turns out, so one of the differences is, of course, that there's not this relationship between the church and state in Germany, or rather there is a big relationship. That's just the opposite. A great relationship between the church and the state in Germany, which we don't have in America, either in America or in Jamaica. So this was totally different. And yeah, as I said, indignation, I'm sure, at age 23. Or when somebody when it's your birthday, you give a treat. And somebody asked me my age, and don't laugh at me now. Somebody asked me my age, and my God, I was only 23, but I would love to see how I answered. I can't tell you what I don't know if I answered, but I can remember that was a shock for me because in Jamaica, nobody asked me my age. And to be quite honest, I didn't even know how old my parents were. So this is really something, but that's it, right? So a bit more power distance.
Yes.
I mean, today I'll tell you, in November I'll be 70, but at age 23, I thought to myself, did she really ask that?
Yes.
And in front of everybody, that was strange for me.
She bright. She out of order.
So we grow through these experiences.
Yes.
And then, and something else was religion again, because I was also shocked by the fact that the German volunteers weren't motivated they were doing something rather noble, but they weren't motivated by religion, which would have been my motivation for doing something like that. It was more altruistic and ideological. And ideological. Idealism.
Right.
Quite a few things. But the fact is, I wasn't aware that I had culture shock.
Right.
Not aware until you deal with culture, you don't really know what culture shock is. I thought culture shock meant you don't get on with the people, and I got on with everybody. So everybody asked me, I said, no, I had no culture shock.
Right.
But it wasn't true, right? Because culture shock is when you are surprised at something, or when you say, why can't they do it the way I do it?
Definitely. But you know what? We are so thankful that you were here to share with us this morning. And I'm sure so many of our students are just feeling motivated this morning, and that they know that there are possibilities when you learn a language, and seeing their sisters in other countries. Somebody asked, what does it feel like? Yes, go ahead.
I just want to include the YouTube question.
Oh yes,
was it difficult living in Germany?
The difficulties living in Germany.
There's a question on YouTube. Was it difficult in living in Germany?
Okay, you can go ahead and answer.
Up to now, I wouldn't say yes. We hope that the government stays the way it is, at least more or less, but otherwise, no, because I was totally integrated. I have a German family through my husband, and I met lots of people teaching and all this, totally integrated. I would say it's fine living in Germany.
Well, I came here. I was here for 3 years before I met my husband, because I met him actually the year I was planning on leaving. So for me, I came to learn the language, and then I applied for a change of status so that I could work in my profession, because I had been in Jamaica 7 years as an executive assistant. And they only wanted to know if I was a qualified person, and I had all my certificates with me. And then they says, if you can find a company that's willing to employ you, then we will grant you the residence permit.
Right.
So at that time, it wasn't difficult. But I think now it's getting a bit more difficult, because now, even if a German wants to bring their foreign husband or their foreign wife here, the person has to first learn the language in their own country.
Wow.
Before they can open. You know, those are things that are changing now.
Wow, 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 wow. That's amazing. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Some people are saying, oh, wow, yes. So if you love your husband, you'd have to go learn that language. Some of us are not just get stuck.
No, well, you just have to have the basic level.
Oh, just basic. All right, just
The basic
basic.
level.
All
But you
right.
have to pass an exam that they give you.
All right, okay, girls, you're hearing that? You hearing that? For all of you who probably your future husband is in Germany, go to the YouTube and try learn some basic German, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna get stuck. You can't go move. Can't move. Hello. Don't let it happen to you, girls. This is a morning of encouragement. Go learn it. But thank you so much for being here with us, and we have other questions, but you know, maybe and you know, we've made contact, so you know, and we have our modern languages department with us, or somebody saying take notes, ladies. And so I'm sure that it would be good, you know, if we can have you in one of our classes. You know, I guess one of the beauties about the time that we're in is that we've found many, you know, new ways to connect. And so I'm sure the girls enjoyed hearing from you. I see the chat blowing up. Somebody said, my husband, stay where he is. What is that, Zafora? Anyway, so we're going through, but thank you so much for sharing and for spending some time with us this morning. We really appreciate your presence. Tell me thank you again one more time.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Thank you so much.
Well, you can do this again in a few months.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So now we are going to come back because we were in Europe, but we want to take it back. We're going to take it back to this side of the world. We're going to take it back to North America, South America, right here. And we're going to hear from somebody. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share my slide with you. And you're going to tell me what the country is. Oh, let me share this. Thank you for everybody who's here with us on YouTube. So we went all of these places. We went to France. We went to Poland. We went to, oh, I don't have the German flag. We went to Germany. And now we're going to go to this beautiful country. Absolutely amazing country. I'm talking about Colombia. So I just want to play a little song and then we're going to introduce our next speaker. So please enjoy this little song. I'm sure you're eager to hear some music. So move your body and enjoy this song and that we're going to hear. And then we are going to introduce our next speaker. So enjoy the music right now. Here we go.
Ay, cariño, es que yo te quiero mucho. Mi compadre Micha Carrillo, mi ahijado Juan Felipe. Yo pensé que la vida se me iba esa tarde que dijiste esto se acaba. Se estremeció mi mundo, se detuvo, mil temblores sacudieron a mi alma. Fue tan inesperado para mí, quedé ciego cuando te oí decir que había muchas barreras entre los dos y que ya no aguantaba. Que querías otra vida para ti, donde fueras dueña de un corazón, que te martirizabas cuando yo sin querer me alejaba.
So now it is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Didier Diaz, and he's going to speak to us right now, and he is coming all the way straight from Colombia. Can you imagine that? Get up this morning and coming all the way to Jamaica to speak with the lovely and amazing students of Convent of Mercy Academy. So I'm sure you're making all our guests feel very welcomed. And so Mr. Diaz is going to speak to us now. I'm going to ask Mr. Diaz just to unmute for me so we can hear him. All right, just unmute for me, please. All right. All right.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much.
All right, Maria, thank you very much. Buenos días a todos. Espero que estén muy bien. Muchos saludos y abrazos. Okay, so good morning to everyone. I hope you are all fine and many hugs for everyone. I know we miss a lot hugging, or at least Latin American people love hugging as a way to show love, as a way to show appreciation. So this is a great opportunity for me. Es una gran oportunidad para mí y para ustedes poder interactuar. It's a great opportunity for me and for you too to interact like in different languages. It's always amazing, and it's always like inspiring seeing people who are all over the world, like sharing their experiences in these difficult times. Okay, my best wishes for you from Colombia. Mis deseos para todos ustedes desde Colombia. Colombia es un país de puertas abiertas para ustedes. Colombia is a country with open doors for you, so you can come whenever you want. I think you will have a great time here. We have lovely people. We have great places to visit, food, everything, just as you, of course. And I'm very thankful. Estoy muy agradecido por esta invitación. I'm very thankful for this invitation, and I want to thank God, and I want to thank the Academy for this opportunity. Quiero agradecer a la Academia por esa oportunidad. Mercy Academy, right? Okay, so talking a little bit about Colombia, just to contextualize, Colombia is considered a multicultural country because, I mean, we cannot speak like Colombian culture because we have so many things. We have a lot of diversity in terms of music, in terms of the way we speak. I mean, people from the coast speak different from people from the center of the city, from the center of the country, or from the east of the country. We have so many dialects that you get crazy, but they're very interesting though. We also have people from Africa, because some of our roots come from Spain, but others come from Africa. So we have like many cultures combined in one that we call Colombia. Well, Colombia is also famous for having a lot of beautiful women, as well as any other country, of course. Just like that in Colombia, we have won, for example, well, not we, they have won like Miss Universe. We have had some Miss Universe ladies there, and well, those are like some particularities of Colombia. But one of the most important things, or the most important part of being a Colombia, or being in Colombia, is that people receive you in your first day in Colombia as if you have lived here like for many years. I mean, any person can come here and they will call you a friend, they will call you like a person from your family immediately. And most of my friends who come to Colombia, or those who I have known from other countries, when they come here, and the first time we greet people, normally we shake hands or we hug people. It doesn't matter if it's the first time. We hug people because it's a way to show appreciation, and they feel like, oh, what are they gonna do to me? Why are they hugging me? What's going on here? So that's one of the culture shocks people from other countries suffer when they come to Colombia, you see. So I think Miss Trishana Simpson suffered that too when she was first here in Colombia, and it was like people hugging her and people kissing on cheeks, because it's very normal, and it's a way to show appreciation. It's a friendly way to react to other people. We are so welcoming. I mean, we like welcoming people from other countries. It's something that is funny. Something that is funny from Colombians is that most of the people who speak English from other countries, whether Jamaican or American or English people or any other people who or any other person who speaks English, they call it a gringo. Okay, that's a Spanish word. It's a little bit um it's a little bit of how can I say, it has a bad story. It has a bad story, but it's also fun for us because they will think that any person who speaks English is a gringo. Okay, it's a person from the United States, and it's obviously not like that. Okay. Me gustaría mucho ir a Jamaica, conocer Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. I would like to go to Jamaica. I mean, those landscapes that you have, uh, I love rivers. You have some rivers and you have some beaches that are amazing. And I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Shannon Simpson in 2010. It was great. It was great to meet her, and we became friends, and now we are best friends. Or at least I consider her my best friend. and and the way we have interacted and the way we have known each other has created a good friendship, and how we can meet other people from other countries, from other parts of the world, and how we can build these type of relationships that help us be human, help us be more dynamic, help us be happier. You see. Uh, some things I would like to talk about learning a language is that learning a language helped me a lot. Helped me a lot. And another language helped me a lot. I was a very shy person, a very shy person. I mean, since I was a child, I was very shy. I would like fear like interacting with anyone. Even if I would only like interact with my family, so I would fear interacting with other people, like my neighbors or friends or people from school. I would feel that. And when I grew up, and when I started to grow up, excuse me, when I started to grow up and went to school, and I became interested in studying English, I said, oh, so here I have here I have like another way to express myself. Here I have like another, I can create like another, let's say like another personality where I can be more less introvert and more extrovert. And it happened, you see. And now it's a bit easier for me to speak like in a camera or speak in front of an audience. Now it's a bit easier, but before it was really difficult for me. But learning English and learning Portuguese and learning like other languages, because I'm also a beginner in other languages, has helped me become a more confident person. And one of the advantages, one of the advantages I have gotten from learning a new language is that I have made a lot of friends. So I have friends in America, I have friends in Jamaica, not only in Sri, I have other friends. I have friends in Europe, I have friends in Africa, I have friends in South Korea. And this is a great opportunity. Why? Because, for example, if I have the opportunity to travel to one of these countries or one of these cities where they live, I will have a house to stay. I will have someone to speak with. You see, and it was a cheap investment. Some people think that, okay, going to another country is a lot of money, or learning a new language will not like help me to do anything. And look at me, learning a new language helped me first to be more confident, as a person. I am a teacher now, so you can imagine how much effort I have had to make in order to be where I am now. And as I said, if you really challenge yourself like to learn a language, you will be making friends and you will be opening doors. You will I think I would like to challenge you to be walkers out. What does it mean? I mean, walk out of your comfort zone. Like what is a comfort zone? When you say, I can't because I have no money, I mean, what am I going to do with this language or whatever? Who am I going to speak with? Make friends. Make friends on the world and become a person of the world. If you do that, you will never know what's going to happen. You'll never know what's going to happen. You see, I have traveled to many countries around the world, and I am not rich. I'm not a millionaire. I don't come from a millionaire family, or I don't come from a rich family. I just come from a, like, let's say, a middle class family or less than that. And I have traveled, like make it the effort and build a bridge. What is the bridge? Communication. And how can you communicate? Learn a language. You learn a language, you make friends. You make friends, and you will have what I have had. What have I had? Friends where I can stay at. I can stay at their houses. They can give me a tour around their cities. You see, making friends help me achieve how do you say that, goals, other type of goals. Like, I like traveling, I like meeting other places, so making friends help me. So you need to be walkers out and steppers in. So walk out of your no, 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 no thinking and step into your yes, yes, yes thinking. Okay, so go and do it. Learn a new language. Now, 2 years ago, I started learning Portuguese. I'm still a beginner, of course, because I'm trying to make more friends who can speak Portuguese. I used to speak German when I was listening to Jennifer and I was listening to Miss Schmitz. I'm not sure. Yeah, listening to them like speaking German, it was, oh God, I want to remember my German. You see, I would like to remember my German. So when I heard Danke schön and when I was listening to them, it was so inspiring. So I would like to go there. Okay, so come on, get inspired, get inspired. Be a walker out and be a stepper in. Okay, say yes to life, say yes to what you want to do. And to finish with this, I would like to encourage you to go further. I mean, Jamaica is a great place to stay. It's a great place to live. It's a great island with beautiful people, but there is a world around you waiting for you, waiting to know you as a Jamaican. I have known many Jamaicans because they have been walkers out and steppers in. That's why I have known many Jamaicans. So be brave. I challenge you. And here in Colombia, you have a friend. So whenever you would like to come, well, my house is not so big, but I can receive you. All right. So over to you, Maria. And thank you for. Gracias por la invitación.
Hey, de nada, muchas gracias. Look here, man. You gave us 2 hashtags for today. The first one was walk out. Walk out, and the other one step in, and I think there's so many things that you said that just really resonated with me. And so many times as young women, we struggle. Well, we're not young anymore, we kind of old, see the gray hair, yeah, but we struggle with feelings of confidence as well. And when you said that you were really shy, but then when you learned a language, you just became more confident. It was like a different dimension that you were able to step into, and that's what's available to you as well. So really just want to thank you for sharing your experience, and your English is just beautiful. And one of the students had a question, and they were asking, what was a challenge that you had when you were learning English? What was a major challenge for you?
All right, my challenge in that case, it was not grammar, was not like writing. My challenge was changing my mind. That was my big challenge. That was my first big challenge, because all the rest was like easy, because information was open to me. Okay, you can learn grammar, you can learn lots of writing, but if you don't open your mind, if you don't change like your chip, like we said before, yeah, if you don't change that, I mean, you will not learn a language, because your brain works with change. You need to let your brain and your heart and your spirit change. Otherwise, you will not do anything. You will not learn anything. You will not go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a good point. That's such a good point. We need to change our mindset. And I think it also relates to confidence as well, because when you keep on telling yourself you can't do it, that's a block that's in your mind. So Yeah, it needs to change. No, you told us that there are many places that we need to travel to. We don't only need to go to Canada, America, and England. There are other places that we can go. And somebody, I think Lashante from 205 is asking, what's a really popular tourist site in Colombia? And hopefully Miss Horton will be able to go to Colombia one day, and she wants to know what's a popular tourist site in Colombia that she should visit.
Oh, tourist sites.
Yes, tourists,
Okay.
yes.
Because we are surrounded by two oceans, so you can imagine we have lots of beaches in Colombia. We have some in the Atlantic Oceans, and we have in the Pacific Ocean. So tourist places, there is a very nice place that is called Tayrona Park. It's located right in the north of Colombia, near this city, Santa Marta. Is a very touristic place, Santa Marta, in Cartagena. Those are two of the cities that are around the coast that receive lots of tourists from all over the world. And this place, Tayrona Park, is like a natural place. The beaches are amazing. Beaches are amazing, and there are a lot of rivers around too. One of the attractions in Colombia is that you have a lot of rivers, and because of that, and well, people like rivers, people like going to journeys and meetings, family gatherings around rivers where you can swim because they are not like very how can I say that? I mean, they are available to people and they are easy to access. So this is one of the attractions in Colombia. In my city, Valledupar, we have a river that is like inside the city. It's like inside the city. It's amazing. We receive a lot of people. And also my city has something in particular. There is the cradle, we could say, like the cradle of a type of music that is called vallenato. 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 It's played with accordion. And with some African instruments. And we are the cradle of vallenato to the world. Okay, so lots of people come here to my city. People from Europe, from everywhere, because we have a festival every year. Of course, because of the pandemics, we haven't had the festival like in normal life. We have had a virtual festival, but it's not the same, of course.
Yes.
But we receive a lot of foreigners. The city gets crazy when the festival comes.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And I have been reading the chat, and we have so many people who are, your sisters are inviting you to come and to stay, to visit where they are. And, even in the chat, if you want to learn a language, German in particular, send us information, because your sisters want to help you, right? And they want to encourage your desire to learn a new language. So we want to thank all our presenters this morning. So it was night in some places, early morning or late afternoon in others, but you made the time to be here. And we are so grateful. Of course, we're coming to the end of our program, so we have to go really, really, really fast. But we had so we're going to go to the credit giveaway. And who's going to do this? I think Miss Simpson is going to do the next credit giveaway. Mr. Diaz, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing. And we're going to go over now to Miss Simpson. She's going to do a credit giveaway. And she's doing it in Espanol this time. So get your Spanish ears, everybody know Uno Dos Tres from in Sesame Street. So she is going to, she's going to now share with us the number. Get out your phone. Remember, flow people, just stand back like myself here. There's no credit for you to get. Oh my God. Jesus. No credit for flows. No credit for flows. Miss how you do it. Anyway, so Digital, bring out your phone and let's hear the numbers for your.
Bueno, estamos listos. 1, 2, 3 y lo voy a decir muy lento. So I'm going to say it very, very slow. Ready? 1, 0, 5, 8, 0, 8, 2, 3, 9, 6, 2, 0, 4. Did somebody get the credit or do I need to repeat? Bueno, voy a repetir. I'm going to repeat.
Miss,
Uno.
you don't need to say no repeat. If them never get that, no, man. Yes, I'll me get it.
Oh, Kelsey, raise your hand.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Kelsey, levantó la mano. Okay,
yes.
Kelsey.
Yes, Kelsey got it.
Did you receive the credit?
Did you get it, Kelsey?
Yes, miss.
Felicidades, and she's my student. Woohoo!
Was this rigged? Oh, thank you so much. You know, that was really good. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Kelsey, on that. And we're going to do is Jada Smith with us, so we can hear a poem?
Yes, miss, I have the video.
Okay, right. So we're going to go to the video from Jada Smith now. Go ahead. Let me stop this.
Des Monts de l'Aube par Victor Hugo. Des Monts de l'Aube, à l'heure où blanchit la campagne, j'ai partirai. Vois-tu, je sais que tu m'entends. J'irai par la forêt, j'irai par la montagne. Je ne puis demeurer loin de toi plus longtemps. Je marcherai les yeux fixés sur mes pensées, sans rien voir au dehors, sans entendre aucun bruit. Seul, inconnu, les deux côtés, les mains croisées. Triste est le jour pour moi, sera comme la nuit. Je ne regarderai ni l'heure du soir qui tombe, ni les voix au long descendant vers Affle. Et quand j'arriverai, je mettrai sur ta tombe un bouquet de roses et de bruyères en fleurs. Des Monts de l'Aube.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, merci. And we ended, that was our last item for this morning. Ladies, Miss Madame Jackson is going to share a little video with us. And that will be the end of it. But I just want to thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. I see at this point, we still have 572 people with us on the Zoom. And I know that we have many students who are on YouTube, who are watching along, and we are just so grateful that you came here. And you know, this morning was to inspire you. Your sisters from all over the world came online. We had 95 on YouTube. Yes, YouTubers, 95 on YouTube. Thank you for staying with us. Your sisters from all over the world came on this morning and they shared their story. They started at Alpha. That was their beginning, Alpha, hey, beginning. And they have gone on to do so many wonderful things. And so we just want to thank you and hope that you were also inspired and that your language education will continue and that it will open up for you new friendships, new experiences, new opportunities. I mean, so many things to begin. And so God bless you. And we're gonna just ask Madam Jackson just to share a little song. Can I admit, when I saw this song, tears came to my eyes. And I think when you see it, you will understand exactly why. I'm not going to give you anything more, but you know me bali already.
Oui, madame, it's a bit emotional, it's touching.
Yes. So
je vais partager. Maintenant, I'm going to share it now.
Yes, please. So ladies, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Remember, after this, you have class. You have class after this. Don't skip it. So Madam Jackson is going to share the video with us. But thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. God loves you, so do I. And remember, learn a language. Madam Jackson, over to you.
Okay, 1 minute. Un moment. Okay. C'est le son. So this video was from last year while we were preparing for Modern Languages Day.
Suma sobre a dor de paixão.
video, Madam Jackson.
Oh, you weren't seeing it?
No, we heard.
Okay,
it.
let me go back and share it.
Okay,
It was just
yes,
a sound.
Right, so you can just stop.
Let me see if I can show you the actual video. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Let me go again because sometimes
Yes,
this thing
yes,
is.
yes.
I don't know why it's not. Okay, let me see if I minimize the screen and then share it. Are you seeing the video now?
No, we're not seeing it, miss.
Okay, here is.
Seeing it now.
Okay, so let me play it back. Lovely video, and I must say I miss seeing my girl. Was 206 from 206 last year, a few days before Modern Languages Day.
Yes.
Before we got kicked out, kicked into quarantine.
Yes. Madam Jackson, thank you so much for sharing the video. Girls, thank you so much for being with us. Merci, gracias, arigato. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the day and have a safe weekend. Remember to mask up, keep on washing your hands. We're still in a pandemic, but we're going to get through this. God bless you and later. Thank you so much.
Okay, au revoir.
Chao, gracias.
Adiós, au revoir.
Adiós a todo el mundo.